Good morning, guys. It's Saturday. I'm still in my pajamas, which are Peanuts Halloween pajamas. Yeah, I don't know. Pajamas are pajamas, guys. They're comfy. But I'm going to show you guys, do a brief tour of some of the seedlings I've got going on. I'm off next week because I have excess vacation that I got to use. And so I have a lot of stuff to pot up, transplant. As a matter of fact, today I'm gonna order some more containers from Greenhouse Mega Store. I need like 2 more cases because, quite frankly, with being off a whole week, I'm gonna go through them really quickly. But let me show you how the sweet pea is looking. Okay, guys, so this is the I think the Winter Elegance Deep Red. This is the Royal Maroon. Guys, it is rotting. I don't know what, because I soaked them the exact same length of time. I don't know what happened, but so this is obviously not going to work for this year. But with these, I think I have 200 seeds. So, you know, that's all I'm getting for this year. Next year, I'll do better. I'm not really sure what I did wrong with the Royal Maroon. It's just nothing is happening. So I know sweet pea can be tricky, so I don't know. Maybe what I'll do next year after, maybe what I'll do is I'll just maybe put them in a plastic bag with dirt, put them in the refrigerator for a couple weeks, and then pull them out and keep them on the heating mat, and maybe that'll do it. I don't know. But as you can see, these are doing very, very well. They're opening up. The root systems are really, really developed. And so I'm going to put these in the tree pots. I'll show you the one that's in the tree pot now. I transplanted that one kind of small. So it's catching up now, but these are obviously farther along. These are snapdragons. That is scabiosa right there. And let me show you what I got on the center rack. I don't know why I said center rack, because it's not a center rack. This is the table. So these are peonies I'm trialing for the Persian garden collection for 2025. So this is Bride's Dream Peony. I like the fact that they individually labeled each one. Makes things much easier. And so this one is Green Lotus. So I got because I have Green Lotus, but it's so tiny, I don't know that it's going to bloom, and I really want to see the bloom. So I got a more mature one, and as you can see from all these, I've got so many shoots. That should definitely bloom this year, so I can see what it's going to look like. And I got two of Green Lotus, 2 of Bride's Dream, and then I got a third one. That's another Green Lotus. Ooh, this is a massive root right here. This one is not labeled. Uh-oh. Okay. I hope the other ones are. Well, you know what? I'll know once it blooms. And okay, so this one is Tecumseh. So I got Tecumseh, Green Lotus, and Bride's Dream. So Tecumseh is a very unusual looking pink one, so I'm really interested to see that. But yeah, I got 2 of each, so I'm gonna put them back in the pine shavings that they came in to retain the moisture, and I'll get these potted up. And you know, these are really, really in great condition, and so I'm gonna put them outside, get them outside. They'll get a chill period, and I mean, they've already been getting chilled because the company's from New York. But then they'll start, you know, these buds which are swelling should start doing their thing. So I'm really excited about that. So guys, here is the sweet pea that I had already potted up. And as you can see, it's doing well. Oh, can you even see that little, hang on, let me focus in on it. It's not letting me focus. Okay, and so these are the Rudbeckia. They're actually starting to perk up. These are the stock, and I need to do better in terms of doing light for over here. I gotta get some lights today. I mean, they're fine. I mean, they're going to be going outside shortly. But they're perking up too. And these are the foxglove. These are ones, not foxglove, lupine that I planted later. And there's the pooch. Hi, sweetie. What you doing? And you know what? Somebody knocked my fertilizer bottle over, and I think that was you. That was you, wasn't it? And so, yes, so these actually have light. They're leaning towards the window because this is a south-facing window, but they're doing really well. And that's the thing about sometimes potting stuff up, especially when they're in tiny little plugs. I've noticed with using tiny little plug trays is that sometimes they don't develop their true leaves right away, or if it takes them a while. I think it's just because of the root, because the root space is small. But what I find is they don't really do much, but as soon as you put them in another thing, all of a sudden now they got second leaves and they they take off. Now the ones that are in these deeper trays, they're doing well. They've got second leaves. The Sapoglossus, for whatever reason, seems to like these little plug trays because they do really well. Let me flip the camera out. Okay, so this is the Sapoglossus, and as you can see, it's really putting on a lot of growth. And back here, I know I planted additional things in this tray, and I couldn't remember what it was. So this is the apricot digitalis, and then I see I started some rosemary, and then these are snapdragons back in that row, so I gotta separate all those babies out. And then there's more Sapoglossus here, and the Lisianthus are putting on some growth. And then this is the tray I'm working on potting up. So anyway, I got my work cut out, but I have a whole week off, so I'm gonna get it done. And then of course down there, those are my lupine, and y'all, that section's doing amazing. So this section I'm actually gonna start putting outdoors to harden off. So for those of you guys who, because I know with peonies, petals, and posies, I can ship out of state, and I might do that to a limited amount this year, because I'm still trying to get my, this is my first year. I'm just getting my toe into this. But for those of you guys who are doing lupine, I've grown lupine before. This is the best that I've ever seen them do. And I think it's because, it's not I think, I know the only thing that has changed this year with the lupine is that, number one, I did start it indoors, where in the past I think I've done it winter sowing. But the other thing is I put them in this deep cell container. So this cell container, and let me just hold this up so y'all can see. Okay, this is 6 inches deep. And so that's, I mean, look at how this plant is, it's taken off. I mean, we're not even 2 full months, and that's what that plant is doing. So this is because of what I've done now, because like I've grown lupine before and they were in smaller containers, and by the time I put them out, they just struggle to get established, probably because I also have such a full flower bed. But at these sizes, like these are a little bit farther behind because I potted them up later. That big one I showed you, that's one of the first ones that I potted up. And so they're just getting huge. And I'm sure if I were to pull that out of the thing so I could look at the root, I'm sure the root is fairly deep down in that. So with lupine, if you're going to start those from seed, you start them in the small plug tray, but their root, because they've got a taproot, that taproot goes down really quick. Bump them up, even if it's a couple of weeks later, and put them in something that's, even if you use like a solo cup, fill the solo cup all the way to the tippy top with soil and do it that way. And I think you'll have very good success with your lupine. So actually, you know what? Let's look at the roots of the lupine, because now I'm really curious as to what it looks like. Okay, guys, so this is the cherry morella lupine. Look at the root system. This is once again something I seeded January 1st, and look at it's all the way at the bottom of this container. I mean, it's not root bound. It can, and this is one of the ones I'm looking to sell early. I actually have to contact the farmer's market to see if I got my April dates. But this one, obviously, once I harden this off, this can get planted. But look at this root system. It's amazing.